The president's top campaign donor, once so close that Trump invited him to stay at the White House, is now publicly calling for his impeachment and for Vice President Jay to replace him. This same man, who was granted nearly unrestricted access to the federal government, is now openly contemplating launching his own political movement. And this billionaire, a major backer of America's space efforts, is threatening to walk away entirely. What started just a day ago as a one-sided criticism of the president's signature spending package has now escalated beyond policy. It's become deeply personal.
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and I was very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and which was a lot of money for electric vehicles, and they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And Elon knew this from the beginning.
Trump believes he understands the reason. While the president was speaking from the Oval Office, Elon Musk responded live, posting, "False. I was never shown this bill, not once. It was passed in the dead of night so quickly that barely anyone in Congress had time to read it." He added, "They're cutting EV and solar incentives while keeping oil and gas subsidies intact. That's incredibly unfair. At least remove the excessive pork spending." With the German chancellor seated next to him, the president didn't hold back.
You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk, and even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup." But he said, "No, I don't think so," which is interesting. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything, and I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others, too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know.
He voiced what he'd reportedly been holding in for days. Musk wasn't silent either. He posted in response, "Without me, Trump would have lost. Democrats would control the House and the Senate would be 51-49 for them. Such ingratitude." The White House scrambled to keep up with the rapidly evolving situation. Officials who had spent months defending Musk were now pivoting to publicly criticizing him. Evidence of the former closeness remained. Cameras, even, caught the president's red Tesla, a gift from Musk, still parked outside the West Wing. It's unclear if Musk still feels the same about the president.
And he's a great patriot. And he's also done an incredible job with Tesla. And nobody else has a car company started up in the last 30 years that's been successful. I don't think so. I love Tesla.
Today, Trump stated that Musk had become too much. He said, "I asked him to leave. I revoked his EV mandate, which forced people to buy electric cars they didn't want. He knew for months I was going to do it, and yet he still lashed out." Then came a potentially more damaging threat. The president declared, "We can save billions in our budget by terminating Elon's government contracts and subsidies. I always wondered why Biden didn't do that." Tesla's stock took a major hit. According to Bloomberg, $150 billion market value was wiped out, and Musk himself lost $34 billion in a single day. Still, critics of Musk didn't think that was enough.
This guy is all over the map. He's right. But he's emblematic of these oligarchs. All of them have the maturity of a 9-year-old, and they're dangerous. They're dangerous not just to the president of the United States. More importantly, they're dangerous to this republic and the citizens of this constitutional republic.
At one point, the president seemed to attempt to ease tensions. "I don't mind Elon turning against me," he said, "but he should have done it months ago." Sources say allies of both Trump and Musk had been quietly trying to mediate behind the scenes. But those efforts collapsed after Musk posted, what many are calling the breaking point. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why they haven't made them public. Have a nice day, DJT. To be clear, there is no public evidence linking Trump to any criminal wrongdoing related to the Epstein files. The White House called the tweet a regrettable episode, and insiders described it as the moment things truly fell apart. This fallout may have been predictable, but even White House officials didn't expect it to unfold so quickly. Group chats inside the administration were reportedly chaotic, with staffers comparing it to a messy breakup. Many expected a conflict, but not until later in the year. So, what's the current mood? White House and Capitol Hill sources say emotions are running high. One aide described the situation as descending into crazy town. They even said the president was growing concerned about Musk's well-being, especially after recent reports in the New York Times suggested troubling behavior linked to drug use. Initially, some thought the two powerful figures might reconcile. But after Musk's Epstein tweet, hopes for resolution vanished. Now, the goal is simply to calm tensions, though that's proving difficult with two dominant personalities trying to outmaneuver each other in a very public feud. This isn't just a clash of egos, it's a high-stakes battle. Musk hit Trump where it hurts. His pride. Trump hit Musk in his pocketbook, and both appear unwilling to back down. This very public fallout could have significant consequences for the president's agenda. Early comments from Republican lawmakers suggest growing concern. Ryan Zinke, a former Interior Secretary and current GOP representative from Montana, remarked, "You've got the world's richest man and the most powerful man at odds. That could jeopardize the bill." Some remain skeptical of Musk's current influence, arguing it stemmed largely from his ties to Trump. But with the bill already on shaky ground, this rift only adds uncertainty. What began as a policy disagreement has now turned into something much bigger. Historically, those who challenge Trump often face harsh retaliation. Surprisingly, it took him some time to strike back at Musk. But once Musk invoked the Epstein files, the tone changed drastically. To those unfamiliar with the political significance, in right-wing circles, accusing someone of being connected to Jeffrey Epstein is one of the harshest accusations possible. It's considered a smear of the lowest kind. That may explain why Trump finally responded so forcefully. While documents have previously shown Trump knew Epstein, there has been no accusation of criminal behavior. His name appeared simply as an acquaintance. Still, in the MAGA world, the so-called Epstein list is imagined as a roster of the worst offenders, people who committed serious crimes and are now enemies of the movement. The irony is that Trump's own allies had helped spread these conspiracies for years. Now, Musk is using that same narrative against him. It doesn't imply guilt, but it certainly hits a nerve. There are photos of Trump and Epstein. Epstein was once a member of Mar-a-Lago before being banned. But what's unfolding now is a political civil war, a split on the right. GOP lawmakers may soon be forced to pick sides, Trump or Musk, and most are expected to stand with the former president.